What's up, guys? It's Bax, and I hit a 4K game on Loba just a few minutes ago, and I tried tonight for the first time. Really, I've actually started trying to go for 4Ks because I have a 20 bomb on every legend except Horizon, and I'm just missing a. I have a 4K on Horizon, and now I'm only missing a 4K on 5 legends. So I wanted to kind of go through my thought process on how I got a 4K and how you can better your odds of getting a 4K. Now, there are differences in dropping a 20 bomb and getting a 4K game. I think that's really important to understand because 20 bombs, you need to kill 20 people, obviously. 4Ks is just damage, it's not reliant on how many kills you get. This is all obvious, but you can play so much differently to just farm damage off of people without your obvious method being to fully kill them, but you do have to be able to kill people sometimes in 1v2. So as you see, I killed the first person of the squad, and now I'm killing the second person. And then I see a grenade fly towards me, so I'm repositioning myself so that maybe another team will come, or, I don't need to get the kills. I just need to poke. So I dropped hot because I want to get as much damage as possible off rip. And I got really, really, really lucky here, but I made some really good plays. So it's all about self-preservation and just surviving. So my Arc Star didn't really do much, but I opened a bin with 2 white armors in it, so I made sure to use them both. And I miraculously 1v2'd this team, because I missed a lot on the Horizon with my Eva. I had done a lot of damage to the Pathy previously, so even though I only had white armor, I popped a battery for myself. And you're actually going to see it comes full circle. This is where the game ends, too. And there's a lot of footage in this that's missing, but I kind of just want to give you guys an overview of my tips of like what I did to get it. So I got really lucky there to clutch against that, right? You want to avoid that, but again, you want to get into these types of fights early game and get your setup. Because if you die with less than 1,000 damage, the attempt isn't, you haven't put a ton of time into it. So you definitely want to get comfortable with hard rushing people at the beginning, getting whatever guns you want. So in this, I went with an R301 and a Spitfire. But for a few tries, I was using a sniper rifle, like a triple take. You can totally do that. It's up to you. But you just want to keep your distance because, as I said, your kills are not the thing that you're going for. And we talk about it a lot. Using a sniper rifle will get you downs, but it won't get you kills a lot because they're too far away. But again, you want people to get rezzed. You want people to heal up. Sometimes you just have to body somebody, and you also want to get the damage on the person when they're knocked. Obviously, that's important as well. If you are going to thirst somebody to make it a 1v1 to make it easier for yourself so that you survive, or if you need to leave, that's just free damage as well. So you definitely want to run weapons that are more long range and have a close range component. If you're running a sniper, you can run a close range weapon to be, for when somebody pushes you. That's really important because you don't want to bring it up to chance of a team not just aping you, because a lot of people are just going to ape the absolute hell out of you. Getting towards the end of the game, though, I did not record a lot of this because I didn't know it was going to happen. I need to get in the habit of just recording full games. So you see it jumped. I went from, however much damage I had to 3,300, and I actually farmed the last 700 damage off of this Wraith. Most of the methods I used for 3,800 damage in this game are not what people would consider cheesy, but I got the last 200 damage in a cheesy way by baiting the Wraith into healing with a bat so I could shoot her. But she tried to kill me, so she never really went along with helping me out. She was trying to, lull me into a sense of security, as you'll see. But you want to just keep your distance, let people keep healing. This Wraith had gold armor, so I would do a little bit of damage, hide. As I said, self-preservation is really important. You want to make sure you're healed, because when they do make that decision to push you, you want to be able to be full health so that you can win the fight at the very least. Hope that they have a knockdown shield. As I said, I came down into this game. It came down to a 1v1, but a 1v2 is a lot more difficult, because if they both just decide to push you, you want to try to wipe one as fast as possible, and then just spam the second one as much as possible to get. You're just trying to farm as much damage as you can. It doesn't even matter if you win if you get the 4K. Long range weapons are your best friends. You definitely don't want to put yourself into situations unnecessarily. If you think a third party's coming, you can just leave. It's not like a 20 bomb. You're not going for kills. Self-preservation, as I've said multiple times now, is key. 100%. Another thing I did was I made sure I landed hot, then I went more passive for basically the rest of the game at around 1,000 damage, because you can farm a good amount of damage at the end of the game if you just kind of sit in a good safe spot and beam people. Each legend will obviously differ in your strategy, but for Loba specifically, because that's what I got this on, I used her black markets for a lot of things. I used it to block doors sometimes if I needed to run away, but it was also really good for just sitting in one spot around where a bunch of teams were fighting, because I could just keep looting ammo and attachments from the black markets without moving. I got my sight from a black market, I got a bunch of my ammo from a black market, and I had just enough to do what I needed to do for the rest of the game, because you don't want to be running out of ammo, which is why it is a little bit safer of an option to run a sniper rifle. But Loba has a good way to get out of fights. So for getting a 4K on Loba, you can definitely play very passively and very skittish and get out of situations as much as you can, and just try to do damage to people without killing them and just running away. You're going to move in, shoot, you're going to run away. You're going to move in, shoot, run away. If you get hard pushed, you got to be ready to, 1v2 somebody. But if you just try to think of where you're standing, think of cover, as you see in this. I'm moving back and forth to cover. I'm not trying to ever get caught out. I realized that this Wraith was missing a lot of shots on me, so I figured I might have a good time just farming some damage off of her before things went crazy. But I hope this helped in some way. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. This was a lot more of an impromptu video. I'm going to make more as I farm the last few 5K or 4Ks on the less legends, but I'll let you guys watch the rest of this.
Recharging shields.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god. Thank you, Random Wraith, who I would have let you win. If the last bullet didn't get me the 4K, I would have let you win, Wraithy Poo. You could have won that game. It better have been over 4K, dude. That's all I know. Oh my god. We did it.